Well, I'm gonna have to cut out the start of this stream. Is the camera fine? I think it is. Yeah, I didn't notice my mic is already on. Happens. Okay, regardless, let me set everything up. Okay. Set everything up. I need to do what? I need to log into YouTube in this browser. No. Yeah, sign in, please. And of course, phone confirmation. Yes, I'm trying to sign in. There we go. And YouTube Studio. And I also need to log into Patreon. I really should have done it earlier. But alas, I did not. Okay. And the creator profile. There we go. There we go. So, I think we can start from... I think we can start from taking a look at YouTube stats. So let's do just that. In which view? This one? This one? This one, maybe. Yeah, okay, yeah, that should work. That should work. Full screen. There we go. This is my channel, if you didn't know. Channel analytics. There isn't much to talk about, unfortunately, this time around. The past season wasn't the best. Last 90 days. Although, it's been better than I thought it's gonna be. Yeah, the drop in views wasn't that big, from dips of 84 into dips of 68, and from peaks of 303. I think that was the finale of Witch from Mercury, yeah, but earlier peaks at 100 something, and right now peaks are also at 100 something. I honestly thought my channel is going to suffer much more than it did, because of my fewer videos that I've been making, and yeah, because of me making fewer videos, mostly. There isn't any other reason why the channel would suffer. Watch time, again, decently same, from dips of 6 hours and peaks of 40 hours into dips of 3-6 hours and again peaks of 30 something hours. Not terrible. Of course, the big peak is again Witch from Mercury episode 12, as always. Even got some subscribers. Not many people unsubscribed, so hey, that's a success. Usually when a content creator starts creating less content, people unsubscribe en masse. There weren't that many people that unsubscribed. Sure, fewer people subscribed, and as you can see all across the statistics here, all across the analytics, 37% less views, 43% less watch time, 60% less subscriber gain. Could have been worse, though. Could have been worse. Okay. Top content this period, of course. Who would have thunk? It's gonna be Witch from Mercury finale, that was obvious. No, wait, episode 12 is not the finale. Episode 13 was the finale. So episode 12 actually did better than episode 13? Wait. Episode 12 and no, episode 12 is the finale, but I just didn't put finale or end in the title, I think. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Symphogear XV, first episode, to be expected. Surprising is that Benoria Saitou-san Isekai ni Iku, first episode, got numbers this good. Now it's only for the period of... hello, Hixar. Only for the period of the last 90 days, not in total. So, yeah, and people are even coming back to older live streams, apparently, and people are still watching Review Starlight. They are watching it so much that it rivals new releases. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Next, content. Views. Again, views peaked around Witch from Mercury and, yeah, Symphogear Axis finale, Witch from Mercury finale. That's where the views peaked. Other than that, not much worse. 38% less than previous period, but the previous period had stuff like, of course, Symphogear, Witch from Mercury was very much hyped, so of course it would get a little bit more engagement. Fewer impressions. Now, this is what actually matters and what actually can kinda suck. Impressions is the number of times people see my videos. You see my videos somewhere. Whether it is on your homepage or as recommended or wherever. Fewer impressions, fewer chances of people engaging with them, clicking them, and watching the videos. Now, sure, I've been producing 45% less content, 50% less content even, so that would drive those impressions down. But this is a statistic that matters probably the most. Well, what matters the most is click-through rate, which is 2.7%. Nothing changed there. So if people see my videos posted, they are just as likely to click on them. So that's good. Average view duration, 9 minutes. That's been the same all the time. Most probably, yeah, you can see the spike in view, right? People watch initially, and then it suddenly sharply drops. That's probably because the video got autoplayed and someone just stopped it, paused it, or closed the tab. So that's kind of driving this average view duration down. But not much can be done about it. I cannot just exclude my videos from autoplay or anything like that. What else? Key moments for audience retention. Of course, Oyuki... Well, of course. Surprisingly, actually, episode 1 of Oyuki no Kaina, 93% audience retention. That's very interesting because it's a little bit of a dark horse of the season. Not many people talk about it, not many people hear of it. So that's interesting. And as always, we can see the 3 distinctive moments, right? Everybody skips the intro, people just watch the reaction, and then they skip the analysis and the closing thoughts. That's been a trend all the time. Symphogear Axis is interesting. People seem to be... Oh, that's Zesoshinai. So, of course, people watch the reaction, then they skip the analysis, they watch another reaction, skip the talk, watch reaction, skip the talk, watch reaction, skip the talk. Again, classic. XV episode 1 follows the same curve. Axis finale follows the same curve. Which from Mercury novel reading, when there are no... Well, there were distinct elements of this video, of course, reading first and then discussion. The discussion didn't follow that much. So that's interesting. Maybe I should do more novel reading, and that would offer better viewer retention. And the worst intros below typical intros. Benria Saitou-san, that series fell off really fast for some reason. I mean, I know for what reason. First episode, people were curious, so they started watching it, and then they noticed Benria Saitou-san, early episodes at least, were made of vignettes. They figured, oh, it's probably just some yonkoma, and stopped reading it, stopped watching it. Little did they know. Sorry. After episode 3, it actually started being full, proper episodes. So if you stopped watching Benria Saitou-san because you thought it's gonna be a 4-koma adaptation, give it a shot. It turns into a full, proper anime in like 3-4 episodes time. Top moments, key moments for audience retention. Symphogear XV episode 4, very high viewership and very high retention. Mostly Symphogear, but I mean, what do you expect from Symphogear, right? Symphogear viewers are a cult, so of course they're gonna watch everything Symphogear, and they're gonna watch it in its entirety. Biggest spikes, again, Symphogear. Some people were rewatching certain moments in the reaction, apparently. Symphogear. Yeah, watching, rewatching, or sharing moments of the video. Plenty of spikes and pretty much entirely Symphogear, except episode 6 of Gundam. And oddly enough, Tensei Shitara Kendeshita, episode 5. Interesting. And the biggest dips, oddly enough, also Symphogear. People start dipping out early on some of the reactions, probably just turning it off as soon as the ED starts. And also some dips at the start of the video, interestingly enough. Episode 10 of Gundam, that just dropped significantly before the reaction. Oh no, it dipped significantly as soon as the reaction ended and I started checking out the new voice actors. To be expected. All within expected parameters, so to speak. People mostly find my videos through YouTube search and browse features, playlists, suggested videos, playlist page, and others. Whatever the others are, I've no clue. My videos mostly come from externally, from Google search, from YouTube itself. Some people linking my videos, perhaps, or what does it say? Oh, not all details of the referral or embedding are known. Such traffic may be shown under YouTube because the video was played within the YouTube player regardless of the external location. Perhaps videos embedded on Discord? Maybe. Who would watch full videos on Discord? I've no clue, but apparently some of you do. So hey, all the power to you. Holodex.net. Isn't Holodex like a website for HoloLive? Or is it just... Yeah, it's for watching multiple streams at once, or multiple videos at once, mostly for HoloLive and other VTubers. So could it be that people just place my video there and like 5 other reaction channels and are watching it that way? I don't know, I guess it's possible. Another possibility would be that this is how all the mashup channels do that. They just paste some links into Holodex and start recording. They don't even do any montage, they just let Holodex do its thing. Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Those videos are low effort as they are, so removing the effort of montage, perfectly valid. Reddit and Discord. Syncing with the original anime footage, possibly. Does Holodex allow you to like use Crunchyroll or something? If it does, then possibly, sure. I don't know how Holodex works. I know that it allows you to watch multiple streams at once. Wait, let's go to holodex.net again. And let's see. Multi-view, yeah. Multi-view, and what can you do? Reorder layout, media controls, add a cell. Select live. It seems like you can... Oh, yeah, you can select it from a URL, so you could place my video here. And yeah, if Gundam is legally available on YouTube, then people might actually be using it for syncing. Okay, that explains things. Reddit, as usual, and Discord, which should surprise no one, because I myself share my videos on Discord. YouTube search mostly, of course, Symphogear reaction, Madoka reaction, Gundam reaction, Symphogear Witch from Mercury reaction, should surprise nobody. Suggested videos on my own videos, again, no surprise. And playlists, mostly Madoka Magica, Review Starlight, and Symphogear again, the most popular series on my channel, no surprise whatsoever. Top videos, still Gundam, Symphogear XV Episode 1, Benria Saitou-san. This is a big surprise that the first episode of Benria Saitou-san did this well. People were really curious about it, apparently. Shorts, I didn't make any live. I did have some lives. Of course, Symphogear Live 2018 had the biggest viewership. Alchemy Stars wasn't bad. Fragmentary Vow. Confess Before the Gavel Strikes, that was a very guerrilla stream, so of course it didn't have much viewership. Impressions follow the same pattern. Click-through rate remains very spiky all throughout, and average view duration 10 minutes. New Ruby. Right, I'm still yet to watch the main Ruby series. I heard different things about this season of Ruby. I saw some people making fun of Ruby, making memes of her being homophobic. I don't quite know what the deal with that is, but I don't know. I'm gonna watch it one way or another. I just couldn't help but notice the memes. How viewers find my live streams playlists? Oddly enough, Review Starlight movie was the first movie, the recap movie was a live stream, so that's how they get there. And Symphogear Lives makes sense. Volume 9 has been great. Okay, glad to hear that. Suggested videos. Every music in gacha games be like. Probably it recommends my Alchemy Stars videos. Some Russian video, apparently. Everlasting Metal Step. Jace Reacts from Symphogear XV of Jace Reacts. Apparently it suggests my live streams. And some official music video also suggests my live stream. Interesting. YouTube search, of course, Symphogear Live, Symphogear Reaction, Alchemy Stars, Review Starlight Movie, externally YouTube Discord, Gmail. Could it be email notifications of when I go live? Probably. Interesting that Samsung Internet for Android counts as external. And overall, mostly from search, of course. Concurrent viewers, peak 6 viewers, average during So that's for the live audience. Returning viewers, yeah, the proportion of returning viewers and new viewers remains mostly constant. It almost seems like all the new viewers get eventually converted into returning viewers. I don't know. I don't quite know how to interpret that graph. But new viewers and returning viewers usually keeps the same proportion, so no changes there. Unique viewers, there is a dip. Let's not kid ourselves. From lowest dips of like 47 into lowest dips of 38. It's not that big of a dip, but it is a dip. And of course, less subscriber gain than usually. We already knew that. Videos that grow my audience the most. Finale of Gundam. Most people subscribed from that. XV, Symphogear XV Episode 1, apparently as well, although it hasn't been processed yet. The count, that is. Benria Saitou-san, again, jumps up there for new viewers who returned. It doesn't necessarily mean subscriptions, just new viewers who returned. Gundam Symphogear Live, and so on. Channels that my audience watches. Last 28 days, last 7 days. Not enough eligible audience. Yeah, that shows that there are issues with the amount of audience I have, because usually those would actually show something. Now they don't, so not enough views. I need to do better. And you mostly watch my videos around 17, 18 o'clock, 16 o'clock my time. Nobody watches them in the early hours of the morning of my local time. People mostly come here from the US, Japan, Germany, Russia, and the UK. Most of you watch it with no subtitles. 67% viewers are not subscribed, which is about the usual proportion of subscribed to not subscribed people. Mostly male, and between 18 and 44 years old, according to Google at least. And in research, what do we have? Your viewers searches, no results. Okay, so apparently this time around there are no results there. Yeah, all searches in English, in all geographies. Okay, probably also because there isn't enough audience to show what needs to be shown. No outstanding copyright strikes, and I am, yeah, 500 subscribers from being monetized. So that's something. Okay, next. Let me make sure I'm not gonna reveal some personal information when I go to Patreon. Patreon's relationship manager. Okay, yeah, this shows emails, so I'm not gonna show that. Exit surveys. Okay, I guess we can take a look at exit surveys. There we go. Exit surveys. Mostly my financial situation changed, of course. Literally a couple of exit surveys, and just wasn't as active as I expected, and apparently I was overcharged. I don't know what that means. Maybe that person stayed subscribed for longer than they intended. I don't know. Currently, my Patreon charges on a same day basis. So if you subscribed on the 20th, then every 20th of every month you will be charged. So it's not like you subscribe on the last day of a month and then you get charged on the first of the next month, essentially double charged. So I'm not sure what I was overcharged means here. I don't know. But yeah, this tells me a lot and just wasn't active as I expected. I have to be more active. I have to somehow figure out a way to juggle my work, my channel, my therapy, and regular life somewhere in between, which isn't easy. Unfortunately, it isn't easy. I'm having trouble doing more than one big thing a day, and nowadays I sometimes have to do like 3 big things a day, and it's kind of draining. I'm gonna have to soldier through and somehow work through those issues and be more active. Of course, I agree with this assessment that I wasn't as active as whoever it is expected. I wasn't as active as I myself expected. Honestly, I mean, you could see at the my first look at winter 2023, right? I picked like 6 series that I'm gonna be watching for sure. Then there was the whole poll that I also had, and it ended up with just Beneria Saitou-san and Oyuki Yumi no Kaina and Symphogear. And from 6 videos a week, it got to 3 videos a week. So yeah, of course, no hard feelings if you actually unsubscribe because I wasn't as active as you expected. Makes perfect sense. Insights. What's in here? Yeah, amount of patrons, of course. 2 patrons down. We saw that in the exit surveys. 2 people cancelled in the past 30 days. In the past 6 months, 7 new patrons and 6 cancellations, so a grand total of 1 patron added, so that's not bad. 2 upgrades from $1 to $10 and from $5 to $10. That's great. And monthly, I'm earning $81 currently. So, not much. I mean, it's great that I'm earning this much, and I'm forever grateful to everybody who pitches into it, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty damn far from making the YouTube thing my full-time job, unfortunately. Payouts, yeah, there's nothing more here. Membership, earnings, yeah, you can see my earnings going from $127 to $88. Alas. Charges, yeah. Okay, not much more to talk about in the Patreon section, so let's now take a look at the anime of the season. From a brief glance, it seems like there aren't many anime coming out spring 2023. It's a bit of a dead season. Mostly continuations and sequels, not much new coming out. So perhaps this season will be my chance to maybe watch some of the things that I didn't have time to watch before. Maybe some things from the past season. We'll see. We'll see what even is in here. Kimetsu no Yaiba, another season, haven't seen previous ones. Dr. Stone, haven't seen the second season. Jigoku Raku. Is that also a sequel? Wait, can I filter out sequels, maybe? No, I cannot filter out sequels. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. It's a new one. Okay, Jigoku Raku. The Edo period is nearing its end. Gabimaru, a shinobi formerly known as the strongest in Iwagakure, who is now a death row convict, is told that he will be acquitted and set free if he can bring back the elixir of life from an island that is rumored to be the Buddhist pure land Sukhavati. In hopes of reuniting with his beloved wife, Gabimaru heads to the island. Along with the executioner Yamada Asaemon Sagiri. Upon arriving there, they encounter other death row convicts in search of the elixir of life, as well as a host of... What are you doing? As well as a host of unknown creatures, eerie man-made statues, and the hermits who rule the island. Can Gabimaru find the elixir of life and on this mysterious island and make it back home alive? Pretty popular, you say? Okay. Already 2 episodes of it aired. Interesting. Must have started airing very early. Yeah, on April 1st. On April Fools, it started airing. Is there a trailer? There is. Hell's Paradise. Let's give it a watch. Is this historical? Seems fairly historical. Good animation. For sure, from what I can see. Looks interesting. Okay. It's by Mappa. So no wonder it looks good, since it was made by Mappa. Yeah, it seems like fantasy drama. Like historical drama with fantasy elements. Kinda reminiscent of Kimetsu no Yaiba for sure, when it comes to animation and stuff. Recommendations: Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and Dororo. What do we have here in tags? Survival, historical, gore, swordplay, ninja, travel, religion, shonen, samurai, anti-hero, battle royale. I'm not big on battle royales, to be perfectly honest with you. Philosophy, gods, tragedy, heterosexual, superpower, martial arts, crime, nudity. Interesting. People seem to love it, at least on AniList. Action, adventure, mystery, supernatural. Studio Mappa, produced by Twin Engine, sourced from the manga. Okay. This one seems interesting. Let's set it aside. Let's set it aside. Third season of Kaguya-sama. I've seen the first 2 seasons of it without recording, so I'm not sure if I should watch the third season live. Well, live on camera, probably not. I'm probably gonna skip it. We all know that it's a good show, it's a good series, but jumping into it in the third season. Although I jumped into Overlord with the fourth season, so I don't know. I 4 episodes. What? Wait, what? What the what? Yeah, 4 episodes. Is this like a Christmas special or something? What? Why is it just 4 episodes? Oh, it's a movie. Okay, movie sliced into. Gotcha. So I'm probably gonna skip it, since I haven't seen the third season. Another Konosuba. Oshinoko. Oshinoko. When a pregnant young starlet appears in Goro Amemiya's countryside medical clinic, the doctor takes it upon himself to safely and secretly deliver Ai Hoshino's child so she can make a scandal-free return to the stage. But no good deed goes unpunished, and on the eve of her delivery, he finds himself slain. Oh, I know this one. Some super fan of an idol girl gets reincarnated as her child. I recognize it. On the eve of her delivery, he finds himself slain at the hands of Ai's deluded stalker and subsequently reborn as Ai's child, Aquamarine Hoshino. The glitz and glamour of showbiz hide the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry, threatening to dull the shine of his favorite star. Can he help his new mother rise to the top of the charts? And what will he do when unthinkable disaster strikes? Episode 1 was pre-screened, and the first episode has an extended runtime of 90 minutes. Okay. I can see it being popular, for sure. 11 episodes, but the first one is 90 minutes long. Studio Dogakobo, produced by Shueisha. Drama, mystery, psychological, supernatural. Acting, seinen, idol, revenge, male protagonist, female protagonist, twins, reincarnation, heterosexual family life, primarily female cast. Let's give a look to the trailer. I'm already gonna say that I'm not that big on drama psychological combo. The eyes, though, Jesus. Half the budget of this anime went into making the eyes. Spot the protagonist, right? Everybody else has fairly normal eyes, and of course the protagonists have like stars in them and shit. Well, that trailer told me absolutely nothing about this show. People seem to be excited for it, for sure. Favorite girl, my idol's child, mine star. Huh. I'm not sure about this one, honestly. Looks interesting, for sure. But I'm not sure about the combo of drama psychological. It's usually not my thing. I mean, we can always set it aside and come back to it later, in case I change my mind. Another Black Clover. Did the protagonist of Black Clover stop screaming yet, or is he still making everybody's ears bleed whenever he opens his mouth? Mashal. This one I heard a lot of good about. It's a riff on Harry Potter, from what I heard, and the main character is a muscle wizard, so to speak. This is a world of magic. This is a world in which magic is casually used by everyone. In a deep dark forest in this world of magic, there's a boy who is single-mindedly working out. His name is Mush Burdenhead. Bernadette. And he has a secret. He can't use magic. All he wanted was to live a quiet life with his family, but people suddenly start trying to kill him one day and he somehow finds himself enrolled in magic school. There he sets his sights on becoming a divine visionary, the elite of the elite. Will his ripped muscles work against the best and brightest of the wizard world? The curtain rises on this off-kilter magical fantasy in which the power of being jacked crushes any spell. By A1 Pictures. By A1 Pictures. What more? Aniplex, Shueisha, ADK Marketing Solution, producers. Original creator Hajime Komoto. Hajime Komoto. Will you load, please? Okay, he just made Mashal. The art style seems kind of similar to Mob Psycho, so I thought for a moment that it might be the same original author, but apparently not. Based on a manga, action, comedy, fantasy, shonen, magic, male protagonist, school parody, slapstick, superpower, fitness, primarily male cast, primarily teen cast, and kudere. Let's give the trailer a watch. But this one seems interesting, for sure. I've seen this trailer, for the record. I've seen it because it seemed interesting, and my friend recommended me the manga. Never started reading it, so now I'm gonna have the chance to start watching the anime instead, perhaps. Yeah, a cast of misfits. Why does everybody have a black line on their face? Yeah, this one seems interesting. Although I fear like they might have revealed too much of the gimmick in the trailer. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it probably has much more in store than just what's shown in the trailer. But I always feel like it's best to keep shows like this fairly undercover so that people are actually surprised when they start watching it. The way they did it with the original release of Madoka Magica, right? Everybody was expecting that it's gonna be another Maho Shoujo show, and it turned out to be anything but. More anime should be doing that thing, honestly. Yamada-kun to level 999 no koi wo suru. Recently dumped, Akane is just about to quit the game she used to play with her boyfriend when she meets Yamada in the same RPG. Yamada in real life turns out to be somewhat of a legend. The only problem is, he is only interested in the game. As Akane's feelings grow, will Yamada stay on the game? This seems like a rom-com that I'm probably not gonna be particularly interested in. Comedy, drama, romance, to be expected. Video games, female protagonist, shoujo, otaku culture, heterosexual, primarily adult cast. That one's interesting because it's not often that we see this tag. Uh, but it seems like the kind of a shoujo to kind of promote otaku culture a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, it's a shoujo rom-com, so I'm not really interested. Hello, Giant. Hi. Next, Tengoku Daimakyo. Gundam. Which Gundam? Is there? Oh, Witch from Mercury season 2 is coming out this season. If so, then yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Of course. Or is some other Gundam coming out? In some hours. Well, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch it. For sure. I mean, I've seen the first season. Why would I not see the second one? You can't even call them seasons. It's more like a two-parter. So of course I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow. Okay, that's actually not perfect because I have some family over tomorrow. uh, but on Monday, maybe we'll see. At my earliest convenience, I will watch it. You can be damn sure. I might drop Mashal, I might drop anything else, but I will watch Gundam, whatever it takes. Next, Tengoku Daimakyo Sunday slot. Okay, perfect. Gundam Sundays sounds kinda rhymes even. Maybe I don't know. In the Tengoku Daimakyo, in the year 2024, the world has collapsed. Grotesque monsters lurk among the ruins of Japan, while remaining people scrape together what they can to survive. Kiriko, an odd job girl in Nakano, accepts a mysterious woman's dying wish to take a boy named Maru to a place called Heaven. Adventure mystery by Production IG. Production IG, who also made what? Ultraman, Vampire in the Garden, Ultraman, Awashi, final season of Shingeki no Kyojin, Star Wars Visions, Vlad Lav, okay. World Witches, so they have a pedigree. What more we can learn about it? Adventure, mystery, sci-fi, thriller, dystopian, post-apocalyptic, conspiracy, seinen, survival, travel, male protagonist, female protagonist, orphan, coming of age, CGI. Oh, is it full CG? Is it full CG? Doesn't look like it from the first frame of the trailer. Recommended Neverland, Shinsekai Yori, Made in Abyss, Shoujo Shimatsu Ryoko. Shinsekai Yori, I heard a little bit about it, but I never actually was interested in it. Shinsekai Yori. You know what? Seems interesting. Planning. One day I might watch it. Right now, what we're gonna watch is Tengoku Daimakyo trailer, though. Let's see what it has in store. Okay, so some sort of an artificial habitat for humans. I'm assuming people don't know what fish are, what animals are. Tomatoes. Tomatoes will forever bring associations with Gundam. Oh, there's the inside world of the safe habitat and the outside world of the post-apocalyptic Japan. Is that what's going on? And it's gonna be some sort of a clash of two worlds. A girl from the outside and a boy from the inside squishing tomatoes in their hands. Alien monsters. Hmm. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued by this one. It seems like the kind of a series where I would very much enjoy written analysis someone posts on Reddit, but while watching it, I would feel mostly uncomfortable. Kinda reminds me of Parasite the Maxim. Uh, I'm having a hard time rewatching that series because I know what's going to happen and I know it's gonna make me uncomfortable and it's gonna make me feel bad at some moments. I usually prefer much more light-hearted shows, but this one intrigues me. This one intrigues me with the variety that we saw in the trailer. Usually, when you have some sort of aliens arrive on Earth, and that's what leads to the post apocalypse, it's like one kind of an alien, and that's about it. Or rather, one, I don't know, one species of aliens that have different forms, maybe. In here, we see some white mold growing over people. We see babies with a target on their faces. We see some deities, we see slimes, we see all sorts of shit. That intrigues me. Because it immediately evokes the feeling that we might be dealing with some as I like to call it, extra-dimensional tomfuckery, where perhaps some of those monsters are not perceptible to humans, this kind of deal, where there isn't an actual explanation that they came here from Mars and they are also carbon-based and we can burn them and we can shoot them. But rather they just appeared out of a rift in space-time, and their biggest weakness is chlorophyll. Right? It strikes me as interesting. I'm I'm intrigued. Yeah, the alien designs, the monster designs are interesting. Here we have some robots, something growing wings. I don't know why it's tagged as CGI though. Nothing in the trailer looked CGI. Nothing in the trailer looked CGI. So I wonder if maybe the trailer just shows the best parts, and in reality it's full of CGI. Wouldn't surprise me. Second season of Tonikaku Kawaii. CGI maybe as in the backgrounds. Where the backgrounds CG? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay attention to the backgrounds. They don't look CG. They look properly painted. Yeah, nothing in this trailer looks CG. I don't know. The first two episodes are already out. So, and people have been discussing it pretty heavily, like 60 comments on AniList. That's no small amount. I'm tempted to read into it, but it says spoilers, so I'm not gonna, because I don't want to be spoiled. I wish there were like spoiler-less discussion sections where people just discuss the quality of it. Maybe someone watching the stream right now or watching the VOD has seen the first two episodes. If so, let me know if it's worth watching or not. Next one, Isekai the cheat skill wo te ni shita ore wa genjitsu sekai wo mo musu suru level up wa jinsei wo kaeta. Whew. Classic Isekai title. All his life, Yuya has been bullied at school and neglected by his parents. After moving into his late grandfather's home, he discovers a strange door that seems to be calling out to him. Yuya opens the door, steps inside, and is suddenly transported to a magical world. This new world holds rare treasures and grants him powerful skills, which he takes back to Earth for a new lease on life. Which he takes back to Earth. That's an interesting premise. That's a very interesting premise. Studio Milepensi. They also made Kumo desu ga, Copecraft, TQ, Berserk 2. Usakame, Kanonjo wa Zombie, more TQ. Mostly just TQ and similar shows to TQ. And Berserk. And Kumo desu ga. That doesn't strike confidence in the arts. I'm gonna say it right away. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too, of course. Isekai male protagonist school bullying female harem demons goblin CGI. Female harem school. Let's give the trailer a shot, I guess. Kadokawa. The art style is kind of weird. Not gonna lie. Not like bad weird, but weird weird. Hmm. Okay, I'm not sure what to think of it. The premise is super interesting, but the tags being Isekai School Female Harem CGI doesn't strike much confidence. I'm gonna be honest with you. What's your thought after watching the trailer? Sure, that shouldn't contain any spoilers. Annulist, please. Actually excited for an isekai, pretty excited. Don't get me wrong, but lots of fat people are watching this. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. It seems intriguing, if nothing less, if nothing more. Intriguing, if nothing more. That's how I'm gonna describe it right now. Next. Kimi wa Hokago Insomnia. Ganta Nakami is a high school student who suffers from insomnia. One day he meets Isaki Magari, a girl with the same condition. A strange but special relationship forms as they share a secret and catch up on their sleep in their school's abandoned observatory. That seems like a purebred romance. I mean, a romance slice of life, so I'm probably not gonna be interested in it. Unless it has some weird tags in it. Coming of age photography, primarily teen cast, astronomy, school club, disability, outdoor. Yeah, it seems like just a purebred romance. I might watch it on my spare time if I feel like watching a romance, but romance slice of life doesn't really lend itself well to discussion. Sorry. And it's also not my favorite genre, so I'm gonna skip it. Skip to Loafer by PA Works. This country girl is ready for the big city. Well, at least she thought she was. Mitsumi's dream is to attend a prestigious school and make the world a better place. But when she finally gets to Tokyo, it turns out she isn't exactly prepared for city life. Luckily, she runs into Shima, a sweet and handsome classmate who becomes her first friend. Can she make it in Tokyo with Shima by her side? Comedy romance, probably coming of age. Um, Coming of age, yeah, urban seinen. Seinen, that's interesting. Yashkei, rural, LGBTQ themes. Interesting. Interesting. Some secondary Yuri ship? Probably. Let's see if they show it in the trailer. I'm probably not gonna watch it on the channel because, again, rom-coms don't really lend themselves well to deeper discussion. Reaction, maybe, sure, but that's not solely the kind of content I'm making, so cool art style. That much for sure. I really do like characters with Sanpaku eyes, and the main heroine seems to have them. Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. It might be a good show, but I'm gonna add it to my list, but I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip the loafer. But yeah, it seems like the kind of, oh yeah, I see the LGBTQ themes on the cover. But it seems like the kind of an anime where the most exciting arc is going to the convenience store arc. So skip. When you say a title like it already feels like a light novel adaptation. Oh yeah, to the previous one. Yeah, if the title takes more than like 2 lines, it's probably an Ellen adaptation. Absolutely. Boku no Kokoro no Yabai Yatsu. Fascinated by murder and all things macabre, Kyotaro daydreams of acting out his twisted fantasies on his unsuspecting classmates. But an encounter with Anna Yamada, the gorgeous class idol, lights a spark in the darkness of his heart. It's a classic tale of an antisocial boy falling for a popular girl, but neither are who they appear to be at first glance. Will Kyotaro and Anna defy their expectations of each other and of themselves? This very much feels like another Uzaki-chan, like another Nagatoro, like another anime in that genre of a social outcast getting adopted by a socially apt girl. Probably a skip. Seconds. How the fuck did Isekai Smartphone get a second season? Can somebody tell me? Is it really this popular in Japan to warrant a whole ass second season? How the fuck did it get a second season? But No Game No Life still can't get one. Mahotsukai no Yome though, hey, second season of Mahotsukai no Yome, eh, okay. Chisa was able to accept Elias and herself, if not necessarily everything about her situation, after Cartaphilus fell back into slumber that would not last forever. Uh, sure, yeah, absolutely. JC Staff should have done Executioner. Absolutely. Chisa was able to get back to her regular life. Then she receives an invitation from a mutual aid organization for mages called the College. Under the British Library exists a secret society of mages. Encounters and interactions with people are about to open some new doors. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for Mahotsukai no Yome second season. I loved the first season. I did genuinely love it. So I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm not gonna spoil it for myself with the trailer. I know it's gonna be good. Period. Wait, did the. Okay, so this studio only made the OVAs, but not the first season? Interesting. Studio Kafka made the OVAs, but not the first season. Who made the first season? Wit. Yeah, everybody knows Wit, right? Spy Family, A Vampire in the Garden. Hmm. Okay, now it rained a little bit on my parade. Not gonna lie. Because although I haven't seen the OVAs, maybe they were actually good. You know what? I'm gonna watch the trailer after all. I am gonna watch the trailer. I need to see how's the art style. Because the first season had exceptional art. I'm gonna turn off closed captions to lessen the chance of getting spoiled. Okay, art is very much still on point. Yep. Art is on point. Elias' dog makes a return. I love Cheese's uniform. Oh, hello, Cartaphilus. Okay, that's gonna be the second slot in my week taken. Absolutely. 100%. I'm super excited for it. When does it air? Episode 2 in 4 days. Okay. I'm gonna have to catch up. And maybe if time allows, I'm gonna rewatch the first season and I'm gonna watch the OVAs on my own time. Episode 1 premiered in a preview screening. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Next, another season of Yahari Orewa no Seishun. Oh no, it's an OVA. Another season of Osama Ranking. Haven't seen the first one. Seishun Butayaro movie. Otonari ni Ginga. Ever since their father died, Ichiro Kuga has struggled to support his two younger siblings on nothing but a small inheritance and his passion for drawing manga, but it's becoming harder to keep up with his growing responsibilities and deadlines, especially after his last two assistants quit to follow their dreams. Just as he's nearing his breaking point, the beautiful and scarily competent Shiori Goshiki applies to become his new assistant. But there's something almost otherworldly about Goshiki, and soon Kuga finds his reality turned upside down when she suddenly declares them engaged to marry. Uh, First thing that comes to my mind, Papa Kiki. Second thing that comes to my mind, Barakamon. A galaxy next door. Is she an alien? She's probably an alien. Asaki Production. Arasu no Kyoju. Dolls Frontline. Okay. Peach Boy Riverside. Shumatsu no Izetta. Interesting. Himegoto. Medaka Box. I need to finish Medaka Box one day. And some older shows. One Piece. Heterosexual, primarily adult cast, seinen. Hmm. Doesn't mention anything supernatural. There aren't even any spoiler tags. It seems like a fairly bog standard romance, but with children involved. Is that the voice actress of Visha from Yojo Senki? And she has a magical spike on her back that transports them to a galaxy. She's an alien, isn't she? Why would she have a magical spike if she wasn't an alien? Besides that, though, it just seems like a plain romance. Might be interesting to watch off camera, I guess. But yeah, I'm getting some Papa Kiki vibes. And I'm getting the vibes of it being another, hey guys, we have a population crisis, go there and make children, kind of an anime. I do wanna check her voice actress though. Yu Wakui. Yu Wakui also voiced. Nobody I would recognize actually. She's a fairly new voice actress, it seems. Yeah, not many roles. I thought it's the voice actress of Visha from Yojo Senki, but apparently not. Next, Yusha Gashinda. I've read the manga. I can recommend. It's great. The manga is great. In a world of monsters and magic, Sion, the local hero, is on his way to save the world from demons. Well, that was the plan until he fell into a pit dug by a sleazy villager Toka and died. After hiding the accident, Toka goes to bed as usual but wakes up feeling different. Somehow he's in Sion's body. Now the fate of the world is in his hands. What could go wrong? Yusha Gashinda is great. Made by Liden Films, who also made. Uh, oh, Riza no Atelier is getting an anime. Interesting. Goblin Slayer Season 2. Oh, Goblin Slayer Season 2 is also airing in 2023. Oh, okay, of course, they made Yofukashi no Uta. I knew I recognized them. Tribe 9, Hortensia Saga, Tejina Senpai. Okay. Mm-hmm. Action, adventure, comedy, edgy fantasy perfectly describes it. Let's watch the trailer. Been a while since I read the manga. I might actually watch it. Yeah, that's his goal in life. Thighs in knee socks. I can empathize with him. Immediately a relatable main character. Immediately relatable. Okay, so this season might not have many shows, but what it does have is it's kind of stacked. Kaminaki Sekai Kami-sama Katsudo. As heir to a cult leader, Yukito centers his life around the mysterious goddess Mitama, but everything changes after he's killed during a ritual gone wrong. To his surprise, Yukito is reborn into a world with no concept of God, and in this world, life and death are decided by the imperial state. As Yukito fights to protect his new village, someone from his past life lends a helping hand, I'm assuming the goddess. Seems like an interesting premise. Very much an interesting premise. Made by Studio Palette. Uh, sure, turn on memory saver, whatever you feel is necessary. They didn't make much. Interesting. Action, comedy, drama, edgy fantasy, of course. Gods, isekai, religion, male protagonist, cult, gore, seinen, CGI at 60%. Female harem and satire. Why is CGI at 60%? So far, it seems no CGI. Spotty animation, sure, but no CGI. A Mesugaki god, okay. That's a cool design. That's a very cool design. Hmm. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. On one hand, the premise sounds interesting, and the art, the character designs seem interesting. On the other, I'm not sure of the animation, and I'm not sure if it's not just gonna devolve into just isekai female harem. So I'm probably gonna skip it, but I'm tentatively gonna add it to my planning list. Perhaps in the future. Next. Tensei Kizaku no Isekai Boken Roku Jicho wo Shiranai Kamigami no Shito. Another mouthful. Shinakazuya is killed protecting a young girl at a convenience store where he just happened to be at the wrong time. The next thing he knows, he's in the kind of world he has only dreamed about, a world of magic and swords. He has been reincarnated as Cain von Silford, the third son of an aristocratic family, and he quickly grows interested in many things he sees. Then, on his fifth birthday, he is baptized at a church according to tradition, and the gods grant him several divine blessings along with stats that could only be described as unusual and extraordinary. In his reincarnated life, when it comes to things like battles, romance, and studying, apparently a little overkill is just right. When he puts in the usual effort to do things punctually and properly, it only gets him in trouble. Thus, Kane's chaotic life in another world begins. It seems like the oh no, I am too powerful for my own good kind of a show, so probably a skip. Out of curiosity. And if you can see on the poster that the waifus are featured more prominently than the main character, you know what kind of a show it's gonna be. Let's be honest. Made by Magic Bus and EMT Squared. Action, fantasy, romance, female harem, isekai, kemonomimi, elf, magic, swordplay, age gap. I'm not even gonna check out the trailer because you know exactly and precisely what kind of show it's gonna be. One of the studios made a bunch of borderline porn, both in the boys love category it seems, and some shoujo, and some girls love as well. Hey, they don't discriminate, and some other shows that I never heard about. And the other studio made what did they make? Yusha Yamemasu, and mostly just isekais, it seems. Nyanko Days and isekais. And Kumamiko. Okay, that's at least one easy skip. Isekai Shokan wa Nidome des. But going back to the previous one, to Tensei Kizaku, it's really baffling, honestly, how they still make this kind of isekais. Right? Like, I understand making gimmicky isekais nowadays, right? Like, reincarnated as a vending machine, reincarnated as a sword, right? This genre of isekais. I understand that perfectly because it's something new, something fresh. But making just in reincarnated in another world and I'm super powerful, what's the point? Maybe it's just me, but what's the point? Isekai Shokan wa ni dome des. There was once a hero who was summoned to another world and he saved that world. However, the man was caught in a trap and was forcibly returned to his original world. On top of that, he had to start over as a baby. This is the story of a crazy journey in another world where a former hero who was reincarnated into a slightly gloomy high school student is resummoned back to that same world. There's a lot of room to work with when it's the second time, huh? So kinda sorta like Isekai Oji-san, but not. Adventure comedy fantasy made by Studio L. Isekai female harem, just 2 tags. That should tell you everything you need to know about it. And they didn't really make much. Let's check out the trailer, I guess. Okay, he's back and brought a girl with him. And then got resummoned to that world again. Okay. The premise seems interesting. And also, he has a big ass sword, which is fairly unique. But is the premise gonna be enough? Is the premise gonna be enough to make it non generic? Hmm. Um, Tentatively planning, but I'm probably gonna skip it. Kuma 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 Bear Punch! Second season of Kuma 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 Bear. Kanojo ga koshuakute ni itariyu. I mean, every season is a lot of isekai, let's be honest here. After a mysterious death, Park Eun-ha enters the world of a novel. She is revived as a minor character, Raeliana Macmillan, who is to be poisoned to death by her own betrothed in order to break up with her dangerous fiancé. She offers a surreptitious deal to the male protagonist of the novel, Noah Wynite, but winds up romantically with other men that are not part of the plan. Noah Wynite of inescapable but suspicious charm. Honest Justin Shama. It's male harem shoujo. Skip. True, it is an isekai in an isekai, so at least that bit is unique about it for sure. Yeah, there's at least something interesting about it. I'm gonna give it that. Eden Zero second season, Dead Mount Death Play. It's a showdown for the ages as the legendary hero takes on the corpse god Necromancer, but when the dust settles, something isn't quite right. In the final moments of their epic confrontation, the corpse god's final gambit shot was wholly unexpected. Reincarnation magic. Across space and time, a boy named Polka Shinoyama awakens feeling not quite himself. Who would have expected that the climactic battle between good and evil would turn out like this? So it's a reborn in the same world kind of a story. Watayuri. Okay. Oh, this one. Gotcha. I see it. Uh-huh. Yuri is my job. Okay, I vaguely recognize the name. I might have read the manga. I don't know. We're gonna have to read the synopsis and we'll see. This is action fantasy, supernatural thriller, urban fantasy, ensemble cast, isekai, police, gangs, crime, seinen, necromancy, cult, noir, assassins, reincarnation, magic. So it's corpse god necromancer gets isekai'd to our world. Is that what's going on? Is it a reverse isekai? Is it a reverse isekai? Oh, CG. Oof. It seems to be a very edgy reverse isekai. Yeah, the CG though. Hmm. I don't know what to think of it. Kinda seems a little too edgy for its own good. I'm not sure. Show the spoiler tag. Vampire. That's not much of a spoiler, seeing what kind of an anime it is. All I can say is there's gonna be some art of her, and there's gonna be some art of her. For sure, 100%. That much I'm certain of. And the sequel has already been announced. Well, aren't they certain that it's gonna be a hit? What are people saying? I wonder. Uh-huh. I read the manga and I liked it. Similar to Durarara. Oh, it's the same creator as Durarara. Interesting. Interesting. Seems interesting, for sure. Might give it a shot. And again, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 anime, and I'm barely managing to watch 3 a week. Good going, me. Isekai one turn kill ne-san. Ane dohan no isekai seikatsu hajimemashita. Asahi loves the idea of magical fantasy worlds, and somehow he's transported to one. He's eager to explore and use his new abilities, except he learns he doesn't have any. But his older sister Maya is in this world too, and she ends up having the strongest cheat skills imaginable. Now Asahi starts his new life with a doting sister who can kill any beast with one hit. Seems like the MILF Sekai, but with a sister. Skip. Watashi no Yuri wa Oshigoto desu. Wata Yuri. Worried about her reputation, Hime covers shifts for a cafe manager she accidentally injures to maintain her picture perfect princess image. But this cafe has a peculiar theme, private school. To put on her best barista schoolgirl act, she'll be trained in the most graceful by the most graceful girl there, Mitsuki. Under her guidance, Hime's feelings start to brew, but there's just one problem: Mitsuki can't stand her. I have not read the manga, in fact, because I don't recognize the premise. Studio Passione, sourced on the manga. Yuri is my job. Work: Yuri, primarily female cast, female protagonist, acting meta LGBTQ themes, cute girls doing cute things, Ojo-sama Gyaru parody school. And the Studio Passione made Isekai Meikyu, Mierko-chan, Ishizoku Reviewers. What else I recognize? Rokka no Yusha, Rail Wars. Been a while since I heard of that show. Seems interesting. Kinda blend S, yeah. Blend S, Nekopara. Kinda reminiscent of Gochi Usa from the premise. I guess let's watch the trailer. Won't hurt for sure. Hime eyebrows. Instantly likable design. Kinda reminiscent of Working. from the theme of being a food place. Seems cool. Seems like the perfect cute girls doing cute things kind of show with Yuri thrown in. And a little bit of drama, apparently. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The amount of shoujo sparkles and flowers is blinding, though. Very character driven story with multifaceted personalities. You say? Hmm. Seems interesting, and it seems like something I would like to watch. But I'm not sure how well will it lend itself to reaction and to discussion. There might be some character analysis if what you say is true, and if it remains true throughout the anime, because we know adaptation woes can happen for sure. Huh. I'm not sure. I'm gonna set it aside for now because it seems interesting to at least. It seems good enough to at least do that. And before we get to Gundam from Mercury, let me just turn on the lights because it got kind of dark here. There we go. Yeah, yeah, should be better. Seems like the perfect show to watch to de-stress after a hard day at work. But again, not sure about reaction or discussion. Witch from Mercury season 2, I mean, that's a given. Do I even need to say anything? Uh-huh. An arrow and a multitude of corporations have entered space and built a huge economic system. After transferring to the Asticasia School of Technology from the planet Mercury, Stelletta Mercury has experienced a school life filled with encounters and excitement as both Miorin Rembrandt's bridegroom and a member of Gundam Arm Incorporated. It has been 2 weeks, okay, so a little bit of a time skip, since the incident at Plant Quetta. Suletta passes her days at the school, anticipating her reunion with Miorin. Miorin, meanwhile, has stationed herself at the head office of the Benerit Group, monitoring her father's condition. The two are about to face new hardships and pressing decisions, each with her own feelings in her heart. The girls will confront the mighty curse the Gundam brings. Okay, so we are separating them to possibly, probably bring them together again. Hopefully, bring them together again. The cast returns, of course. The studio, I think, remains the same. Studio Sunrise. Would be weird if they decided to change the studio. Studio Sunrise. Oh, and there's also gonna be an ONA of Gundam from Mercury. Interesting. And something else. And a movie. Okay, there's gonna be a movie and an ONA, so it's not gonna stop at just 2 seasons. Interesting. And yeah, of course, they made the first season, so no studio changes. This is a given. Do I even need to say anything? Spoiler tags, Yuri and conspiracy. Those aren't spoilers to people who saw it. And do I even need to watch the trailer? I'm not gonna. I don't wanna spoil myself. If you wanna watch the trailer, be my guest, but I'm just not gonna watch it. Megami no Cafe Terrace. I recognize it. Didn't it already air? After inheriting his late grandmother's failing cafe, Hayato sees it as a bother and plans to sell it for a quick buck until he discovers 5 beautiful girls staying there. When they beg him to keep the cafe open, Hayato reluctantly gives in. Can he manage the seaside shop while learning to live with these unruly women? Uh, uh, Comedy, ecchi, romance, harem, skip. Maho Shoujo Magical Destroyers. This one seems interesting. This one seems interesting. It's also gonna have a tie-in game, interestingly. The art style is cool, and the character design. I mean, magical girl with a gas mask. Where else do you see that? Freedom of expression is threatened when a mysterious group, the SSC, destroys Japan's otaku culture. However, a young revolutionary, otaku hero who loves the culture more than anything rises up. With the help of 3 rambunctious magical girls, Anarchy, Blue, and Pink, they'll team up to create a world free of this oppressive rule, be part of the rebellion to bring back fandom. Instantly reminds me, the premise reminds me of Shimoneta instantly. Anarchy, of course, first association, the Anarchy sisters from Panty and Stockings. Otaku Hero. Okay, that's an interesting design. Anarchy, blue, pink. Of course, we need to have a mascot. Studio Byberry Animation Studios. Never heard of it. Opening slaps. Okay, that's good to know. Byberry. They're gonna make another Grisaya. Prima Doll, Gotobun no Hanayome Movie, and Gotobun no Hanayome, Grisaya, Azure Lane, and Byberry. So they are named Byberry Animation Studios, probably because they were created to. Oh no, it's a promo video for their studio. Apparently, people didn't like it. Interesting. Yeah, this seems interesting. Henshin otaku culture, magic, dystopian, urban fantasy, primarily female cast, urban. Let's watch the trailer. I already have it as planning. I mean, okay, and her gimmick is that she doesn't speak. Gotcha. Interesting art style, interesting designs. Seems interesting in general. Recommendations: Kill la Kill, Flip Flappers, Furikuri, Gurren Lagann. Yeah, seems like something I might enjoy. For sure. Next, Jijo wo shiranai tenkosei ga gui gui kuru. Fifth grader Nishimura isn't too proud of her Grim Reaper moniker given by her bullying schoolmates, but the new kid loves it. The once lonely target of everyone's ridicule starts to get out of her shell with the help of her new cheerful yet airheaded friend, Takada. Together they'll embark on a sweet and touching journey of summer fun and friendships. This kind of seems like the reversal of the gloomy guy hyper girl kind of a romance. Now we have a gloomy girl hyper guy. It was bound to happen. Slice of life comedy. Probably gonna skip it. Her design is interesting. I really do like her covered eye and tiny pupil. Made by Studio Signpost. Primarily child cast, Iyashikei, school bullying shonen. Shonen? Okay, interesting. Oh, the studio responsible for Ikitosen Kingdom. Fairly serious shows, Ice, Tokyo Ghoul, Maho Shoujo Ore, Sabagebu. Okay, you got me interested. Beelzebub. Beelzebub Studio. I need to finish watching Beelzebub one day. uh, it's a shame that the series wasn't given a chance to properly end. The ending was rushed, from what I hear, but it's still 60 episodes of some amazing anime. Highly recommend anybody who feels like watching something long form. Beelzebub is the anime to watch. This is interesting, but probably skippable. Okay, and of course he's very much interested in Shinigami, in curses, in all that stuff. So he's instantly interested in her. Yeah, really seems like the reversal of the usual Nagatoro trope. Cute and funny, light-hearted anime, essentially. Fun watch, no doubt. Is there gonna be much to discuss? Probably not. So I'm gonna save it and skip it. Next. Oh no, orchestra, drama music, that's pretty much insta skip. But let's read the premise at least. Hajime Aono was a prodigy violinist until he grew jaded with playing the violin due to personal reasons. Now in his third year of middle school, he struggles to decide his academic path. One day in school, he meets Ritsuke Akine, a hot-headed novice violinist who wants to enroll in a high school with a distinguished orchestra club. When he finds himself getting closer to Ritsuke and being brought back to the world of violinists, time starts moving again for him. This is the beginning of a youthful drama where sounds and hearts alike resound in harmony. So again, the trope of a jaded fan of doing something, finding a brand new fan of doing something, and finds new love for that something. Classic. Skip. Psychopaths movie. Haven't seen Psychopaths, so skip. Niehime to Kemono no O by JC Staff. The king of the beasts and demons regularly receives female human sacrifices to it in order to assert the dominance of his people over the human race. However, for the 99th sacrifice, the human girl brought to the capital, Sarifi, intrigues the beast king. In fact, she isn't afraid of him or any other beast, and even accepts her death without begging or crying, as she has neither home nor family to return to it. Two, if she were released. The king finds her intriguing and lets her stay at his side as his consort, despite being human. This is the story of how Sarifi will become the queen of the demons and beasts. Drama fantasy. Interesting premise. Interesting premise for sure. Made by JC Staff, no need for introductions there. It's shoujo. Shoujo politics, magic war, monster boy, female protagonist, rehabilitation, historical swordplay. Probably skippable, although let's watch the trailer. Reminds me of that Yuri manga where a girl was given as a sacrifice to a witch, but the witch decided to just keep the girl. Can't remember the name of it. Was she a witch or was she like a snake lady? I can't remember. That's a furry anime of the season, essentially. Do I recognize her name? Her voice. Is that Chise from Mahotsukai no Yome? It's a furry male harem kinda sorta deal, where the main protagonist is broody and super strong and protects the main girl. Probably skippable, although, don't get me wrong, it seems interesting. World Dai Star is another upcoming original anime. It feels similar to Review Starlight, especially if you replace Dai Star with Top Star. Tomorrow airs the first episode. I'm curious to check it out. Okay, we're gonna get to it. Maybe. Mm, Sarifi. Kana Hanazawa. Kana Hanazawa, who also voiced. I recognize this voice from. From. From who? Aoi from Precon. I guess that would be one person. Come on, load faster. I like AniList, but the loading and endless scrolling is shit. Like, honestly, it's shit. Okay, Mayumi from Mahuka Koko. And no, I actually don't recognize any of those characters. I thought it's Chise, but apparently not. Popko, but as always, who hasn't voiced Popko? Everybody voiced Popko. Wouldn't surprise me if some AniTubers voiced Popko. Wouldn't surprise me if when season 3 of Pop the Peak airs, I don't know, Gigak and Tiabu were to voice some characters. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Okay. Pokemon, the brand new Pokemon series. Ash is dead, long live Roy. A new dream and adventure set throughout the entire Pokemon world unfolds in a brand new Pokemon series following a girl named Rico and a boy named Roy. With, of course, there's a Pikachu. There has to be a Pikachu. Rico, Roy, Freed. I'm assuming Freed is their Professor Oak, Dr. Oak. Ribbozo, yeah. Not yet released. Mm, Format TV. We don't know the length of the episodes, interestingly. We don't know the amount of episodes for sure, because it's probably gonna continue for like 700 episodes, like the original Pokemon. Should I watch all Pokemon before it? I wonder. Mm-hmm. Okay, it has nothing to do with the original series. Fuck it, I might watch it if I have the time. I've been meaning to actually watch the original Pokemon series, but it's imposing. There's a lot of it. So might as well just start with the new series, right? And also the same studio that made fucking Nagatoro. What a way to pick a studio. Nagatoro, Komi-san, Isekai Shokudo. Okay. There's a meme that Nika and Guel. They kinda look like Nika and Guel. They kinda do. Not gonna lie. Yeah, especially this pink tuft of hair in front. Fuck it. Set us planning. Why not? Next. Edomae Elf. Takamimi Shrine has an unusual resident, Elda, an ancient elf who's obsessed with video games. The shrine's teenage attendant, Koito Kogane, keeps this reclusive otaku well supplied with energy drinks and junk food. Even though she loves 100%ing her games, Elda has duties to attend to, and Kogane is bound and determined to make this otaku elf fulfill them. It'll just take an offering or two to bribe, we mean convince Elda to put down her new game. Otaku elf being lazy and perhaps some shoujo ai because Koito Kogane is also a girl. Studio C2C, who made Benria Saitou-san. Okay, Shangri-La Frontier, Tensei Shitaraken Deshita, Maho no Tabitai. Okay, studio known to me. Comedy slice of life supernatural, Hikikomori elf female protagonist. I wonder if it's gonna have some Yuri bait or just good and proper Yuri. Seeing how it's a slice of life comedy, I'm probably gonna skip it on the channel, but it seems interesting enough. Or, I mean, I don't know if it seems interesting enough. Kind of hard to tell from the premise. It could go any which way, but it seems light-hearted and fun. Yeah, mostly just light-hearted fun, it seems. Not much in the way of story or anything, just, sitting on a bench with an elf, eating some store-bought bento, holding hands, and going to the convenience store and watching Sakura Petals. Okay, sure. Recommendations Himoto Umaru-chan, of course. Otaku Elf, and it's based on a manga. Probably a skip. There's so many anime I have to watch as it is, I'm gonna be a little bit more picky. Second season of Birdie Wing. I heard a lot about Birdie Wing. It apparently has like crazy story to it, and it's just an anime about golf. It apparently has like fucking yakuza and shit like that in it. But I haven't seen the first season, so I'm not gonna watch the second one, of course. Kawaii Sugi Crisis. Invading alien Lisa Luna wants nothing more than to destroy planet Earth after she gets in a little sightseeing first. But her travels soon take her into a cat cafe where the furry felines inside invade her heart just as surely as Liza invaded Earth. Destroying the world won't be so easy now that she's discovered the joys of kitty cats. Uh, Light-hearted comedy fun, it seems. Kinda reminiscent of yeah, Yamada-san? No, wait. The anime with the dark-skinned demon lord loli. They're doing is super fun. A lesbian golf drama soap opera. Yeah, that's what I heard. Watching on your own time. Okay. I might do it. We'll see. Aliens, animals, female protagonist, comedy, sci-fi. Yeah, this one feels like just a bit of light-hearted fun. And it's this weird cat with like horn-looking ears. Yeah, it's just gonna be cuteness overload. Cuteness overload, the anime of this season. And she's gonna end up protecting the world instead of destroying it because it's the only world that has cats in it. And a fair dose of madness. Kinda reminds me of Nyarko-san a little bit in the amount of sheer madness. Yeah, that's gonna be a skip. It's fun, but not much substance to it. Roku no Onna Tachi. Ooh, it's already getting bad reviews. Rokudo is a loser and everyone knows it. He's selected in school, receives malicious looks from passers-by, and can only muster the courage to complain in secret with his equally unhappy friends. Seeking to change his life, he desperately uses an ancestral artifact transmitted in his family for generations. Who wrote this premise? A scroll that is able to subdue all demons. However, in the modern age, it has a different effect. It causes all bad girls to fall in love with it. And then things go ballistic when he meets the delinquent beast on a girl's body, Himawari Ranna, who hopelessly falls deep for him. Okay, so it's a loser guy draws in all the bad bitches. The anime. Interesting art style. Made by Studio Satellite, who also made Sakugan, Somali, some Final Fantasy, Symphogear XV. Well, there we go. And Axis. Okay, that's all I need to know about the studio. Rokudo no Onna Tachi, female harem shonen delinquent male protagonist. Seems interesting, but question is it going to offer anything more than being just a rom-com? That's an interesting art style. Very thick lines around everybody's eyes. Yeah, those eyes are unsettling. I really don't like those eyes. When they actually look like makeup, that's fine. but everybody has like super thick lines around their eyes. Yeah, that's gonna be a skip. It's a rom-com with an interesting premise, but I might read the manga, maybe. Mm, sure, set us planning. I might read the manga, but I think I'm gonna skip the anime. Next, The Marginal Service by Studio 3 Hertz, the same studio that made Princess Principal. And there is absolutely nothing known about it. Oh, it's a bunch of Ikemens in construction gear fighting? What the fuck is this show? Producer is Psy Games. Is it based on a game? No, wait. Studio 3 Hertz didn't make. Yeah, they did make Princess Principal. What am I saying? And Hatarakuma Osama. Uh, Coincidentally, how is Crown Handler Chapter 2 going on? Okay, Chapter 2 is already released. Chapter 3 is also already released. Okay, so the complete. So the Crown Handler movies are complete. I'm gonna have to watch it then. April 7th, the third Crown Handler movie actually aired. Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so what the flying fuck is this show? The Marginal Service. There's no premise written. Brian Knight Rider. Okay. And they're fighting aliens. Interesting. It's original. It's probably yaoi bait, from what it seems. Reminds me of Power Rangers for sure. Everybody has their own color. I don't know what to think of it. It looks interesting. For sure. Yeah, you're right, but I don't know. I don't know. There's absolutely nothing known about it. Is maybe Mal gonna be better about it at the Marginal Service? The Marginal Service My Anime List. Is that one gonna have a premise? No. Okay, there's the premise. These public safety workers are here to save planet Earth from aliens one job at a time. And they're getting naked. Apparently. Teaser PV. Is the teaser gonna show something more? Just dubious, uh, whatchamacallit, physiology and naked people. Dubious anatomy, not physiology. Seems interesting. Why is everybody naked though? Okay, Sai Games made Akiba Made War and Umamusu. Okay. I mean, the studio is 3 Hertz. Sai Games is a producer. Maybe they are investing in original anime. Akiba Maid was also original, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe they have enough money from Umamusu that they can just, throw it around, funding any crazy projects. Who's directing it? Maybe the director is gonna tell us something. Masayuki Sakoi, Vanita no Carte, Goblin Slayer, couple of episodes, Shoujo Shumatsu storyboard, SAO Gun Gale Online director, Sorano Method, Needless, Strawberry Panic. Not many roles as a director. Kinda hard to tell. What can we expect from it? I'm gonna set it as planning, tentatively. Umamusu is getting an ONA. Okay. ONA only 4 episodes and season 3 later. Sure, maybe. We'll see. Kizuna no Allel. Allel as in the genetic Allel thing. In the virtual world, you can be anyone, and for Miracle, her dream is to be famous virtual artist. Miracle attends Aiden Academy, where she learns new talents to prepare her for her big debut. Although she's a bit of a klutz, she's determined to follow in the footsteps of her idol, the legendary VTuber Kizuna Ai. With dedication and the help of her friends, her dream just might come true. Is it Kizuna Ai the animation, essentially, or VTuber the animation? Kizuna, of course, plays a role in it, and is played by Ai Kizuna. That's actually a great detail. Yeah, there's a lot of anime coming out each season, isn't it? Like, we've been sitting here for 2 hours already, and it's still not done. This seems to be VTuber the animation, made by Studio Wit and Signal MD. Signal MD, Hikari no O, Platinum End, Fate, Furikuri Progressive, not much more. And with, of course, Spy Family, Vampire in the Garden, we know with Studio. And there's the trailer. Is it like made in Live 2D style? Okay, it's not. It's regular animation. Okay, I thought it's gonna be like... oh, it's a virtual academy, isn't it? Or something like that. I thought that in this world, VTuber personalities, VTuber personas are actually real people, and they're learning how to be VTubers, but no, it seems like they are just regular people, and they just attend the academy in some sort of a virtual space as their avatars. Something like that. Yuri bait, okay. There's a lot of telling going on in this trailer and not particularly much showing. Is it just a character introduction or no, it's the official trailer. That's a very boring trailer. I'm gonna be honest with you. It works as a character introduction or, something like that. But it doesn't work like a trailer, not in the slightest. It tells me that there's nothing going to be going on in the anime itself. If the best thing they can pick for the trailer is boring, what's the show gonna be like? Right? Yeah, that's gonna be a skip. I would watch it if there was like, I don't know, one character, if one character was played by Kason, was voiced by Kason. I would watch it, sure, if there were some recognizable names, but no, honestly, I probably wouldn't watch it either. Ingress? What? A character from Ingress appears here. Ingress is the game that predated Pokemon Go, and apparently they made an anime based on it that didn't do well. What the fuck is this anime? I'm just gonna skip it. Collar X Malice Deep Cover. A dangerous shadow organization launches a campaign of fear and violence in the city of Shinjuku, pushing society to the brink of chaos. As a young police officer tasked with restoring order, you become the target of an attack. You become an target of an attack and have a poisonous collar attached to your neck. With the situation spiraling out of control and time running out, 5 mysterious strangers appear to aid you in your quest for the truth. Who can you trust? Will you be able to save yourself and the soul of Shinjuku from the clutches of oblivion? Is that like a second-person anime? It's based on a visual novel, sure. Female protagonist, of course. Male harem, of course. Primarily male cast, primarily adult cast. Is it like from the first person? Is it made from first person perspective? Because that would actually be unique. Crunch has an issue with trailers. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really seen many trailers of anime made by Crunchy. I haven't seen many anime by Crunchy, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But that trailer was shit, like straight up. And this trailer is coincidentally also shit because it shows us absolutely nothing. Just some logos, just some pretty pictures. What the fuck is this? I was hoping that if there's a gimmick of the anime actually being set from the first person perspective, there's gonna be at least some merit to it. But the trailer doesn't even say anything about that. It's a movie. Okay, skip. Made by Studio Dean, though, who made just plenty of BL and other yaoi bait shows, it seems. Bakumatsu. Yeah. So it's just a yaoi bait male harem shoujo movie. It will be interesting if it's actually set from the first person perspective. Is there any different trailer? Probably not. Skip. Princess Principal Crown Handler, that's a yes. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Umamusu ONA. Can it be watched on its own? That's the question. Or do I need to know the first season, the second season, and everything else? Or can I just watch it alone? If I can just watch it alone, then sure, I might watch it one day. Tokyo Mew Mew New, second season. Sailor Moon movie. Another movie. Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. Alice Gear Aegis expansion. Okay, different protagonists per story. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's good. Alice Gear Aegis expansion. Mecha sci-fi. Centuries ago, mankind abandoned planet Earth after the Vice. A race of mechanical aliens drove them from their home into a life adrift in space. Now, now resigned to starships forged of pieces of Earth's shattered moon, the final hope for humanity lies in the hands of actresses. Young women born with the ability to wield the only weapon that can harm the Vice, Alice Gears. Mechanical suits that can finally turn the tide against the alien incursion. 53% rating. Studio Nomad. Studio Nomad, who also made Jashin-chan Dropkick. Oh, and apparently the OVA of Alice Girl Aegis. So is it like the second season? Or what's the deal? No, there was the OVA. It's based on a game, isn't it? Source video game, yeah. It's based on Cute Girls Doing Cute Things, Yuri, Ensemble Cast, Urban Aliens. Probably based on a gacha game, I'm assuming. Alice Girl Aegis. Those are some cool ship designs. Gotta give them that. Okay, show me the aliens, show me the fighting, maybe? Or are we just gonna introduce the cast? We're just gonna introduce the cast. Aliens and all that stuff is just a pretense, I have a feeling. It's just cute girls doing cute things, and occasionally they have to maintain some mecha or go into battle, but they're mostly just lounging around, eating instant ramen and playing video games. Sure, exposed midriff in space. Absolutely. Why not? Exposed midriff, exposed face. Sure. Okay, we had a little bit of combat and now it's back to slice of life shenanigans. Another kind of boring trailer, honestly. Alice Girl Aegis. What kind of a game is it, even? Can I mark it, please? Alice Girl Aegis. Um, it's a gacha, isn't it? Yeah, Japanese mobile game developed by Pyramid and Push. Okay, there it is, on Google Play. Here are the characters from the anime, and the gameplay is what, taking photos and dressing up in Gundam pieces. No, it seems there is some actual combat. Yeah, that's gonna be a skip. World Die Star. World Die Star. Who recommended it? Who recommended it? Someone recommended it in the chat. Marionette. Yeah, you recommended it. I'm sure. Episode 1 airs in 20 hours. Oh, I thought it's a sequel because it says the story is set in a world after Die Star stage performance explode. But yeah, it's not a sequel. Okay. The story is set in a world after Die Star stage performance exploded in worldwide popularity in the 20th century. 16-year-old Kokona Otori follows her dream of becoming a world Die Star by auditioning for the serious theatrical troupe. Question is it just gonna be played straight as just an idol show with acting and stuff, or is it actually gonna have some supernatural elements that um that whatchamacallit that the review Starlight had? Because if it's just idols, skippable. Crunchy PV is pretty short. I mean, let's give it a watch, anyways. Decently large cast. Stella of the Theater, World Die Star. Okay, the PV really didn't show much. Before I watch the full trailer, let me check out the studio. Studio Lerche, who made Idoli Pride and anything else I would recognize. Asobi Asobase. Uh-huh. Some Danganronpa. Monmusu Koro Sensei. Okay. Ansatsu Kyoshitsu. Yep. Monmusu and Ansatsu Kyoshitsu. Gakkogurashi. Also. Very interesting set of anime they made. Some Danganronpa on one hand and Gakkogurashi, and on the other hand Monmusu and Ansatsu Kyoshitsu. They have a range for sure. And World Die Star official trailer English subbed. Okay, let's Google that. And there it is, a minute 23. Super Theater Age. Okay. Die Star. Okay, I guess in that regard it does remind me of Review Starlight. But is there actually gonna be some mystery, some supernatural stuff going on? Can I get higher quality than 360p? Okay, there was some glow in their eyes. Question is it just metaphorical, or is there actually some magic getting triggered or something when they stand on the stage or whatever? No, I didn't yet. I didn't decide yet. We are still going through the list of anime coming out in this season, so I mean, I decided on a couple for sure. Mahotsukai no Yome season 2, Gundam Witch from Mercury season 2. Those two are must watches. So those two for sure. The rest, I mean, there's plenty of tabs up top, so we'll pick some of those, and I will hope to actually watch them all. We'll see about that. Uh, so, World Die Star is airing in 20 hours. So, not a chance I'm gonna watch it as soon as it releases. Yeah, I was about to say, if I could ask you to give me your opinion after you watch the episode 1 on Discord, I was about to say that. Because if it's actually like. See, my main drive for watching Review Starlight wasn't so much the acting and the music and all that stuff, but it was the metaphysical, transdimensional tomfuckery with the talking giraffe and the underground stage and the timey-wimey shenanigans, right? That was my main drive for watching it. If it turns out that World Dice Star is Review Starlight but completely rid of the fantasy element, that's probably gonna be a skip for me. Yeah, that's a problem with originals. You're right. No one will know until it airs. That's a big issue with originals. But yeah, right now I'm gonna set it to planning, and I'm gonna wait for your opinion. Rakudai Maha Fukato Yami no Maho. It's a movie. Fuka, a little witch, is training to be a better witch like her mother. Queen of Silver Castle, she's a lively girl and cares about her friends, but she gets into trouble sometimes. Karin, a princess of Green Castle, is Fuka's best friend, and Chitose, a prince of Blue Castle, is her friend from childhood. Fuka goes to the Wood of Wolf to look for a tunnel with them, but they find a hole instead. This is an exciting story of adventure and friendship. I usually just skip the movies, but maybe if I someday start just watching movies, I might choose it. Another Conan, another Nep OVA, Opus Colors. What color is your world? It has been about 10 years since preconception art was born in the art world. Nowadays, it has completely permeated the world and is a colorful part of people's lives. Kazuya Yamanashi, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Yamanashi, the creators of perception art and also famous artists, has just entered Eisen High School, a prestigious art school, with his childhood friend Jun Suzuki, with the dream of becoming a perception artist himself. Kazuya and another girl had another goal in mind. It is to regain friendship with another childhood friend who started avoiding him after an incident that occurred 10 years ago. Kyotakise, whose father is also the creator of perception art and a well-known grader, is a junior grader majoring in perception art at Eisei High School. He is a childhood friend of Kazuya and Jun, but has been avoiding them for years. Kyo's heart had scars that could never be revealed. Yaoi bait. That's the first thing that comes to mind. CGI boys love primarily male casts. Exactly. I wonder what's the preconception art though. Will the trailer show us? Is it just like extended reality? Like you wear Google Glass and you see a flowers hanging in midair, and that's the. Yeah, it seems to be the case. So it's just VR or AR art. AR art with a lot of sexual tension. Skip. Second season of Mix, second season of something. To So Chu Great Mission. The time is a future where humans have removed their residence to the moon. In the Lunar Colonia game has become very popular. The name of the game is Run for the Money. It is an entertainment survival game in which fugitives are released into a limited area, and if they can escape from the pursuing android hunters until the time limit counts down to 0, they can win a large prize. Some dream of getting rich, while others challenge themselves to test their strength in Run for the Money. It seems like a very basic survival kind of a show. Is it original? Source other. Probably original. CGI, is it full CG? The androids are full CG. And the backgrounds, the characters seem to be drawn. Either drawn or very good CG on the main characters. It seems very basic. Unless someone tells me that it's the second coming of Christ, I'm just gonna skip it. Ensemble stars ONA, Ultraman ONA, special movie, TV show, fourth season. O&A, movie, TV short, TV short, TV short, TV show, sequel, TV show, TV short. Finally, we're done. Finally, we're done with the anime of the season. Now it's time to pick the shows that I will try at least to watch. Time to pick the skippable ones and the unskippable ones. So, Gundam, unskippable. Gundam, unskippable. Let me quickly post it in the staff room on the Discord. Yep, this one's unskippable. Next, what do we have? Mahotsukai no Yome Season 2, another unskippable. And what else do we have? Right. Let's start going through them. Maybe from the start. Jigokuraku. This is... Oh yeah, that's the historical gore. Great animation. Battle Royale though, which kinda rains on my parade a little. And next we have Oshinoko. It's the one with the guy who gets resurrected as a child of an idol. I'm gonna add it to planning and I'm gonna skip it. Mashal. This one seems great. This one seems great. I'm not sure how well will it lend itself to discussion. That's my only concern. Because it seems like a parody comedy series, I don't know if I'll be able to get deep into analyzing or discussing some themes. I mean, I don't have to, right? I can just watch a show just for the fun of it. But I have my reservations. Let's leave it for now. This is interesting. It's the one that has the inside world of some safe habitat and the outside world of collapsed Japan. This one seems interesting. The design of enemies, of aliens, monsters, whatever you want to call them, was also very interesting in this one. This is interesting because it's a whatchamacallit? It's an isekai where the guy got isekai'd twice. Right? It's the one? No. No. It's the one where he can freely travel between the real world and the fantasy world. So he can gain some superpowers in the fantasy world and bring them to the real world. That's a very interesting premise. I don't know how good the execution is. I mean, it's getting 72% ratings, so perhaps it's gonna be good. Yu Shagashinda. This one's great. This one's a genuinely great comedy, but I've read the manga, and it's mostly just a comedy. So I'm not sure. I might watch it in my spare time, but I'm not sure if it's gonna lend itself well to a series. This is the story where the guy was isekai'd, brought back to the original world, and then isekai'd again. Yeah. Also, very interesting premise. This is another isekai, but this time it seems to be a reverse isekai of a corpse god necromancer getting isekai'd to modern normal world. I'm not sure if it's not gonna be too edgy for its own good. I'm not sure about this one. It's based on a manga. And the fact that it got an anime means the manga is good, so we'll see. It starts airing in little under 2 days, so I think I'm gonna wait for opinions on this one. This one was also recommended to me in the chat, but it seems like just mostly cute girls doing cute things with Yuri in it, and Yuri is great. We don't get quite enough Yuri shows, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get some commentary out of the girls going to a grocery store together. So that's my reservation again. Mahou Shoujo Magical Destroyers. This one seems borderline insane, and I like the insanity of it. I like the designs of the characters. It's getting not as good opinions as I would have hoped. But I think I'm gonna give it a shot. So that's gonna be a third show. And the marginal service, I'm very apprehensive. I'm not sure what to think of it. The premise seems interesting. Essentially, construction worker Power Rangers. I'm not sure what's the deal with all of them getting naked in the trailers. I'm not sure what's the deal with that. It's airing in 3 days. I'm gonna wait for some early impressions because it's another original, so. Or I might watch the first episode. I don't know. I don't know yet. So this one I'm probably gonna skip on the channel. I might watch it in my spare time. Marshall Tengoku Daimikyo. One, two, three, four. Symphogear would be the 5th series. I might have enough space for a 6th one. This one's getting really good reviews for an isekai. Similar to Axel World, Masamune-kun no Revenge. Let's say I'm gonna skip the isekais. Although this time around, this season, they actually have some really cool premise. So I do it with a heavy heart. I wonder how much will him getting isekai'd again actually matter in this one. Is it just gonna be a gimmick that just goes away really quickly? Because it seems to be an issue with many isekai shows, where they start out with a gimmick and then it just turns into a generic isekai again, where it might as well just not have the gimmick. I wonder how long will the gimmick stay in this case. Probably a skip. This is a reverse isekai, so I don't want to skip it. But it feels like it might be a little too edgy for its own good. I'm gonna wait for people's opinions. Yusha Gashinda. It's great. The manga is great, genuinely. If you want to watch some unique riff on a fantasy series, surreal comedy, and you could easily add a parody tag to it as well. If you yearn for something like that, absolutely give it a shot. I'm probably gonna skip it. Tengoku Daima Kyo. This one is interesting. Episode 3 is gonna be airing already. I might watch it. We'll see how I do with time. Marshall. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's gonna lend itself to the kind of content I make. It's gonna be a great watch, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be a great record. Tentatively, I might watch it as well. And Jigokuraku Hell's Paradise. I'm gonna add it to my list, but I'm probably not gonna watch it either. There's simply too many shows as it is. Unfortunately, I wish I had the time and the energy and the strength to record like 2 videos a day, but as you could see from the past season, I barely have enough to record 1 video a day. I essentially just have 3 days completely free of anything in a week, and every day I record an episode of something. And even then, I'm still behind with Oyuki Uminakaina and Beneria Saitou-san, so you see how that works out. I'm gonna be working on it though, and hopefully with time I will be able to catch up to all those shows that I promised to watch but never watched. Anything else that needs to be said? I don't think so. I think we can just about... Yeah, I think we can just about end this stream here. But actually, in just a moment, I want one more thing. I mentioned the seasonal poll that I run for the shows that I couldn't decide on. And let's see real quick which show won. Yeah, open it in here. No, actually, go back to that card. Okay, there we go. Those are the results. And it seems like Spy Kyoshitsu got 4 minus 2, got 2 points. Tsundere Akiyaku got 2 minus 1, 0 minus 2, minus 1. Ningen Fushin got minus 1. Ayakashi Triangle got 2 points. Buddy Daddies got minus 1. AUO got plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Minus a lot. Revenger evened out. High card got plus 4. Mononogatari, only negative votes. The Legend of Heroes, just a single plus 2 vote. Hikari no O, negative. And Aras no Kyoju got like 2, 5, 3, 2. Got like 2 points. Aras no Kyoju. So it seems like Aras no Kyoju won. That's plus 4 minus... Yeah, seems like Ars no Kyoju. What was Ars no Kyoju? Let me take a look. Can I copy it and can I do anything here? Please, I beg of you. Google, work with me. Ars no Kyoji. Oh, Giant Beast of Ars. Yeah. Yep. I recognize this one. So this one won the poll, so eventually I'm gonna watch it. So those are the poll results. Yeah. Poll winner. And I'm gonna have it, I'll have it saved on my Discord. There we go. So now, everything's done, everything's been said and done. We can finish the stream after almost 3 hours. We got through all the seasonals. Yeah, now bye. Now we can end the stream. So to sum it up, I'm gonna be watching Witch from Mercury season 2. I'm gonna be watching Mahotsukai no Yome season 2. I'm gonna be watching the Crazy Magical Girls show. And those 3 are certain, more or less. No, those 3 are... The first 2 are certain. The Magical Girls is probably certain as well. The others are kind of... we'll see. I'll probably watch them. I hope I have the time. I hope I have the energy and the motivation and the self-control and whatchamacallit. Fuck. The ability to control myself and go against my wishes to do what needs to be done. I'm just gonna say it in a roundabout way. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream. Tell me, what are your picks? Did I not pick something you would like to see, or did I pick something that you would never want to see? Do you agree with my picks? Do you not? Is there any anime that you think is promising or not promising? I don't know. Tell me all of that in the comments below. As always, spoilers. Are there any spoilers? Well, some of those shows for sure have some source material, so if you want to discuss spoilers, go to my Discord. You can use spoiler tags there. Discord is of course here and also linked in the description. As always, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of still Benria Saitou-san and Oyukumi no Kaina and Symphogear XV and other shows from the list that we just picked. And others. I also stream sometimes either things like this or some gacha games or stuff like that, so you might want to click the bell icon somewhere here to be notified when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily, Patreon or Throne or Stream Elements. All of those links are in the description below. And on Patreon for $10 a month you can get early access to non-seasonal shows like Symphogear, Madoka Magica and others. And for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And on Stream Elements there is no rewards, but you can give me a one-time tip if you feel like it. It's not a recurring subscription. And on Throne you can pitch in directly towards my purchase of better gear, better software, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And the outro. And here's the list of my wonderful, wonderful Patreons. And you can of course be one, you can bring back those numbers if you feel like it. If not, don't feel forced to do that. But I would like to thank everybody on this list. QB, Bobin, Without a Net, Fruit, Zarainer, Acomancer, Marsh, Yuki Ally, Cure Dynamic, Fassel, and of course Dr. Watt and Hans Peter as well. Thank you all for supporting me, and thank you for coming to the stream. Now we can end it. So again, thank you all, and see you next time in whatever might be coming next.